Welcome back, YouTube fam. We are back with another episode of Put a Ring on It. Season 1, episode 4. Woo! Again, my name is Blythe.
And I'm Brandon. And if you haven't done so already, smash that subscribe button. Hit the bell so that you get post notifications so you know whenever we drop new content. Give us a like and hop in the comments. Let us know what you think about these 3 couples. We're going to go ahead and get into it.
So first, we're going to start off with Ashley in Hollywood. The show opens up with Dr. Nicole, continuing the conversation from last week at the apartment. Again, it's just a deep situation. I mean, we already revealed the situation with her, her father passing in between the ups and downs in the relationship with the wedding, calling it off and on. Then Dr. Nicole goes deeper with it and she's just kind of like, are you upset like you haven't forgiven yourself for still being there? And then like Ashley reveals that and I'm like, wow.
Yeah, that's deep. I mean...
Yeah. Thank God for Dr. Nicole. I mean, bringing some things out here. I mean...
Yeah. I mean, it's tough.
It is.
It's tough.
It's real. It's real.
I don't think she should be and obviously I can't tell anybody how to feel.
Right.
But I don't think it's necessarily wrong to stay with someone, if they had cold feet. I mean, yeah, that was an embarrassing situation. Right. It was wrong. It hurt her, for sure.
Yeah.
I don't think that's something to beat yourself up over that you chose to stay, though.
That's true. It doesn't have to be. That's true. What I am going to say, though, is what could happen is a buildup of resentment, though. Yeah. And, he's like, I'm wrong. I was wrong. I'm sorry. I did not mean to hurt her. I didn't mean to do that. But with her still holding on and still replaying that, it can kind of build that resentment and that separation. And I guess what we're already seeing, though, right? Dr. Cole did say that separation, what's going on between them and their connection and everything, their vibe. And it's like, ugh. Like, if you hadn't forgiven and letting it go...
And that's what I've been saying, like, you know what I mean? Like, if you feel some type of way about it, that's understandable.
Yeah.
But how long is it gonna take? Because it's been 2.5 years. Mm-hmm. So, you know what I mean? It's like you can't tell somebody how long it's gonna take them to process it, but at the same time, how long can you realistically ask?
Is it ever gonna go away?
You know what I mean? Is it ever gonna go away? And that kind of manifested itself in when they talked about, what they enjoyed about the dates that they had last week. I think both of them were like, it's a fresh start. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? For her, it's somebody who hasn't hurt me. For Hollywood, it was somebody who I had not hurt. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of something major that's hanging over their heads, and I just don't know.
Right, exactly. And so this week we saw Hollywood's date with Passionate. He seemed to have a good time. I mean, maybe that's just Hollywood's energy anyways, just flirty and fun. He seemed to be vibing with her. I think he said in the end, like, she was a little tall, whatever. But he just, he seemed to be having fun. I mean, Now, what got me was when they was with the fellas. And they had their little fellas time and they wanted to talk. Now, when Hollywood went there, I was like, come on, Hollywood. They talked. They're like, oh, what's some things you want to do before you get married? He's like, yeah, I would want a threesome. And they was like, well, maybe Ashley would oblige you on that. Oh, I'm not talking about Ashley. I'm talking about 2 other I'm like, Hollywood.
Yeah, that's, a lot of times when a guy's asking for that, he's assuming that one of those participants is going to be his significant other.
Right.
And then she finds someone else. I'm not advocating for that in any way. I would never ask you for anything like that.
Right.
Okay. But I'm just saying that's what it is. No. But he just wanted a whole nother 2 situations and then went even a step further and said that he wouldn't mind if one of those participants was a little person. And that just...
That's what they came for you?
A whole nother, series of situations just, is brought onto the table. Hollywood, what's wrong with you? And,
Didn't he love to? There's nothing wrong with little people.
It's not. But it just, calls into question, like, what else are you into, Hollywood? I mean, I don't know. Like,
What's really good?
Hey, people like what they like, but
Right.
maybe actually it's not down with some of the stuff that you into.
Look, I'm gonna be honest with you. I know he was sitting and talking with the guys. Y'all, you know how y'all get when y'all get talking. But the cameras and everything is on.
Bam. I'm not even like, those are the kinds of things that you keep to yourself in the privacy of your own mind and your own, fantasies.
He got real comfortable then.
He got real comfortable, and I don't know if he forgot that. I mean, I wouldn't even that's not something I would put out talking to the fellas. I definitely wouldn't say that if I'm on national TV. So, yeah, that's, I don't know, Hollywood. I don't know about it.
Yeah, I was just like, no, actually. Like, Hollywood, he is not ready to get married.
Right.
I see why you still have those apprehensions. He's still playing. Hollywood, he not ready. And, again, I really want them to work, but maybe they should just let it go. And let him go play, and then she might just find really what she really looking for. I'm sorry. You know what I mean? It has been some bad hurts, for real. Hollywood is not ready. He still want to play.
Yeah, I hate to say it, man, but when you express the desire for a threesome with a whole nother female and a midget,
thank you.
it kind of, and like I said, if that's what you into, that's cool. But like, that is a clear-cut sign, like, you don't want to be married to the same person.
That's exactly right. You're not, because when you know you're ready, you can't be talking like that. Like, even if you have thoughts in your mind,
like,
you cannot be talking like that. No. Yeah. So, yeah, we're gonna see how they're gonna continue. But honestly, I'm not saying it.
I don't know. Yeah. No.
I'm not saying it.
I mean, I kind of still want them to.
I do too, because I do like them together. But when you get to the core of everything, it's like,
I just don't know, man.
Yeah.
That's a tough one. They're a toss-up.
Yeah, that's right. So on to Michael and Shay. So we open up, they're in the apartment, and they're having a discussion. This is before Michael's date, right? Yeah. And they're just talking. We find out that Michael has a 12-year-old son named Zion. And he's like, just really love being a father. And he comes and spends summers with them. And so he's looking at the point now where he's getting older, getting in high school, and he wants him to come and live with them. And that's what him and the baby's mother have discussed. And that's what they're trying to do want to do. So Shay was just like, he's like, how do you feel about him? And Shay's like, he's, it was cool to be around. We had a bit of an adjustment with an extra person and things of that nature. But she basically stated she's not really wanting him to come live with them full time, that he needs to stay with his mother. I was like, oh, what you think, babe?
I just feel like, I think this episode, and there were signs in previous episodes, and we're kind of trying to fill her out. I think we found out on this episode that Shay's not a good person. Like, I'm sorry. I don't know how any other way to put it. Like, she doesn't want her. How would you not understand that a man wanting to spend time with his son?
Well, if you don't want kids.
Okay.
Not everybody wants kids.
That's cool. Then you need to find somebody who doesn't have kids.
Okay.
But, to not understand that, though, like, even if you don't want kids, I think you would understand that he wants to spend time with his son. Okay?
She's good with the summers.
She's good with the summers. The reason why she did not enjoy it was because we weren't able to go out as much. We weren't able to, move about freely. Welcome to the life of being a parent.
She doesn't want.
Well, okay.
Clearly.
So you don't want Michael then?
Clearly.
That's all it is to it. Because he has a son. And you can't ask him to neglect his son and not be a good father so that you can have the relationship with him that you want. Like, that's just not fair to ask him. So to even ask I'm sorry, that's not a good person. we saw later, I think it's in the previews for next week,
yeah.
where she literally said out of her mouth, like, I don't have any kids, I'm not a mother, so I don't understand how someone could have that level of concern for their child. What? You don't have to be a parent to understand how someone could have, like a certain level of love for their kids. So to me, it just like that's not normal to me. So she's not really that good of a person. I don't know. To me, I think Michael should move on. I do.
Yeah, I mean, for me, as we get further into the episodes, we're on episode 4 now. I basically just see Michael in a different light. I see him differently than what I thought in the first episode. I mean, goodness, just from her ghosting him several times, going back to her ex. And now we, understand and realize we find out he has a child, and she's just like, it was okay, but it kind of messed up our plans, on the daily during the summer. And now she revealed that she don't even want his child to come live with them full time. I'm like, wow, like, no, she's not the one. She's not the one, basically. And Shay, no, you not gonna get the ring. He is not gonna marry you. Like, his child, his heart, he's even expressing the desire, like, he wants to be a good father. He wants to have his child full time. And you talking about you don't want the child around? No, girl, that's not gonna work. That's not gonna happen. I'm sorry.
No, she just seems like a very selfish person. You know what I mean? Like, whatever's best for her. So, it wasn't best for her when she was still dealing with her ex, so she ghosted him. Like, you know what I mean? Just ignore him. Not considerate of his feelings at all, just ghosted him.
Yeah.
All right, now it's not working out with my ex. Oh, now it's convenient for me to come back. Take me back. Yeah, I want to be married. Yeah, I don't care how you feel about what I did previously. I want to be married, so that's what it is. I don't want your kid around because I want us to be able to go out and, like, it's all about what she wants and what's convenient for her, and that's just not the type of person you want to marry.
Right. I mean, everybody doesn't want children. Everybody is not to be a parent. It is what it is. But if you say that in the end, she was like, but he's the love of my life, and she felt some kind of way, and I'm like, if you felt all that, then you're going to accept this child.
Exactly.
And, I mean, you'll be moving forward. This wouldn't even be an issue. So I'm just like, no. All right, so on to Vince and Tamika. So we open up with Vince on his date with Jazzy. And they had a good day. Jazzy, I like her. She was like cool, confident, like, what's up? Like, so they had a good time talking. She was just like, yeah, like, what's going on with y'all? Because your girl was not happy. He was like, yeah, I mean, we got a few issues. Jazzy already peeked that out. Like, she was not slowed down. She's like, okay, so what's the issues? Why is she feeling that kind of way? And then he reveals, like, we've had just trust issues, situations in the past. And he's like, oh, okay, so that's what's going on. So, I mean, basically, Jazzy was just like, well, let's get you on back, because I don't want you. She's like, she gonna hurt you. She gonna go off for you. So let me get you all back or whatever.
Right.
And so they go back, and Vince, where did they pick up? Basically,
Dr. Nicole, I think, came over there.
Okay. So Dr. Nicole meets with them, which Lord knows they do need it.
They need a lot of counseling.
They still do. So I don't even remember everything in their discussion. You can pick it up if you do.
They were just talking about, I guess, how they were feeling about the relationship, and she was asking Vince about it, and Vince continued to do Vince things and say the things that Vince says that are, oh, so sweet and so caring and so considerate, and oh, I love her and this and that. And you could see that Tamika, had stuff on her mind that she wanted to say and that she wanted to get out, but she kept holding back. And so Dr. Nicole was like, well, you gotta say what's on your mind. It doesn't do you any good to hold back. That hasn't been working.
She's like,
so far.
how's that working for you?
Right. And so, Tamika, talked about how she was struggling with, I guess, trusting Vince.
Okay.
Which is understandable.
Yep. Like, of course you are.
Right. And after, I'm not even sure.
But then Dr. Nicole, she's kind of like, well, she was saying like she makes this narrative up in her mind. I guess of like all these possible things. So I guess if she's not surprised or hurt if he comes in, you know, doing whatever. I guess Vince is trying to say like, I am being good now. I'm not doing those things. I'm the right man now. I mean, he didn't went as far as to say when she was talking about the girl DMing him and accusing him of saying this man said he was hurt by that. I was like, good luck, Tamika, because Vince gotta go. Vince has got to go. Like, what you talking about? You was hurt with what is? I'm sorry. I can't even do him. I can't.
Yeah. They were talking about how what was it? She blamed herself for. No, he blamed her. Yeah. He blamed her for staying, you know, despite the stuff that happened early on in the relationship.
That's right.
I'm like, what? Mm-hmm. Like, he seems like one of those really manipulating personalities that, you know what I mean? Like, they can smooth talk and they seem so charming and they can convince you that you are wrong for something that they are 100% wrong for. And that's what he's doing. He's done it with Tamika. And I don't know what's going on with Dr. Nicole, but it seems like he's done it to Dr. Nicole too. Yeah, so Dr. Nicole asked, what are some of the things that you saw on your dates and things like that maybe you've lost over the course of y'all's relationship? Vince, like, and he was dead. I cannot make this up. He was so serious when he said this. Like, I thought he was joking at first. He's not joking. He said, you know, I mean, you know, it's just certain things, you know, certain sentimental things that she used to do for me. I mean, you know, he pulls out his handkerchief. You know, she used to call me daddy. And now she don't, you know what I'm saying? She don't call me daddy no more. And that meant a lot to me. Like, when I tell you guys, I was waiting for him to kind of chuckle and laugh. He's dead serious. He on national television is moved to tears that she no longer calls you daddy. Not bae, not baby, not love bug. Daddy?
He said that was like terms of endearment, that sentiment to him. She like almost busted out laughing. She was like, no, he didn't say this. Everybody else was kind of snickering. Like I said, I'm about through with them. I'm being real honest with you. I'm about through with them. I mean, I'm like, Tamika, why? And Vince, he got to go. I mean, he has to stop. He got to stop. So basically, things turn around, and then Tamika's like, I'm sorry for only considering my feelings and not your feelings. What? And then Dr. Nicole, she's eating it up too. I'm confused. I'm really confused.
Like, it's beyond me that, and I expect it from Vince. What I'm disappointed in is Dr. Nicole.
Dr. Nicole.
How are you gonna sit up here and let Vince like turn this around on, you know, Tamika, as if she is to blame for what Vince has put her through? He's the one who had a whole nother situation going on at the start of their relationship.
Right.
He's the one that has the other chick sending, you know, all kinds of receipts and going back and forth with Tamika, who's supposed to be a girl. He's the one who went on a whole excursion to another city to visit the other chick's family. He's the one who, to this day, no matter how much he swears up and down he loves Tamika and he's all this and now all that for Tamika, has not admitted to doing what Tamika is accusing him of doing and has receipts for what he did. Like, he is the problem. And so I feel like I just keep expecting Dr. Nicole to like call him on his BS, and she continues to not do it. So I'm not sure I just don't know. But I feel like, you know who we need on this right here?
What?
We need Dr. Heavenly. We need your girl, Dr. Heavenly,
I
to come
want Dr.
in.
Heavenly to come in and tell Vince about himself.
The same way she told Martel about himself.
Yes.
She need to come in and tell Vince about himself.
Yeah.
And give him that real, because I don't know what Dr. Nicole doing.
I know. I'm like, I guess, is she have to stay neutral or something? Or maybe she's like, well, Tamika, you're still in it, so you stayed trying to help both of you figure out what you want to do. I don't know, but Vince, he is just dead wrong, and I am through with him. I'm just through with him. Like, this girl's around, I'm sorry, because, I didn't really consider. I was like, what? No.
Don't.
I'm not going to call you daddy no more. No, I'm not. What are you talking about?
The only thing she should be apologizing for is to herself for staying in the relationship after all of those things occurred. Now that she should be apologizing for, but that's to herself. She shouldn't still be in the relationship. So maybe that's why it puts Dr. Nicole in a rough spot, because Dr. Nicole's like, you really shouldn't be here, but if you're here, then,
yeah,
you know what I mean? But like, she should 100% not still be in the relationship. So for that, yes, I blame Tamika for that.
Yeah.
But I just think she needs some counseling.
I don't know what about Tamika. I feel like I'm about to be through with Tamika, because if you saw next week, like, she's gonna talk to her parents, and I don't think they're gonna be like head over heels like, yes, Vince is the one. I don't think that's gonna be a conversation.
No.
And I feel like Tamika's still gonna be like, but no, I want, and that's people like that. I'm through. I don't have no more for you, because I'm not gonna sit here and just keep, what they say, you just beating the dead horse. Like, I'm not gonna keep sitting and talking about that.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm not. So we're gonna see, because I feel like her family, they not feeling him either. It don't look like they feeling him either.
No, I think she's one of those friends that you can't put a whole lot of energy into, because you get into it and you get invested in it with them, and you tell them that he's not a good dude, and then you finally get that big break where you got the real receipts, and you like, see, this is it. It's plain. It's right there on the table. Yep. We're in this together. I got you. We're gonna be all right. I'm gonna work you through it. You know what I mean? And you get all your feelings all involved in it. And then come to find out a week later, she right back with the dude.
Right.
And that's
it don't mean nothing.
You just gotta cut bait. All right, I'm gonna let you do what you do, and I wish the best for you.
That's right.
And it might be that situation with Tamika.
I feel like it's one of those situations. I really do. Yeah. So yeah, that's it for Vince and Tamika. Lord have mercy. We're gonna see what's gonna happen next week. They're gonna bring the families in, so it's gonna be interesting. Yeah.
Well, we will see you guys next week. Okay, if you haven't done so already, smash that subscribe button. All right, hit the bell so you get post notifications, so you know whenever we drop new content. Give us a like and hop in the comments. Let us know what you think, especially about Tamika and Vince. Should she still be with him? Or should she go ahead and keep it moving? And also, let me know what you think about Dr. Nicole and the job she's doing. Because I'm starting to have my concerns about Dr. Nicole. Let me know, maybe I'm tripping, maybe she's, doing the professional thing and she's handling it right. But let me know what you think in the comments. Other than that, see you guys next week.